Good morning, everyone on YouTube. How are you? Just another minute. We'll be letting in everybody else. You always get the special treatment over there on YouTube. Hey, Hugh. Good morning. Don. Good morning. Let me know if you can hear me over there. I took off the big end of the microphone so people could be less scared about it. Hopefully, it sounds good. I'm sure there'll be other things they'll say about it. So, all right. I'm letting everybody else in. Good morning, Utah. First one here. Wow. Pretty cool. Huey, Robert, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Daniel, welcome to the show. Las Vegas gal, how are you? Patrick, hey. Hey, Julie, how are you? Good morning. I hate when the sky falls. Don't you hate that, Huey? It falls like every day. It seems like every 5 minutes. Hey, Karen, good to see you. I know, Don. Your title is going to attract lots of trolls. Uh-huh. Hey, Karen. Hey, Linda. Good to see you again. Facebook there. Antonio, Kim, good to see you. How is everybody? Please swipe and invite your followers, please. Shauna, good morning. Please swipe and invite everyone. Everybody on YouTube. I know there's some people that are logged on, but they're not talking. Please do talk. Hey, Antonio. Kurt is awesome. That's good. Asher, good morning. How are you? Good to see everybody. All right. Everybody, if you could please just invite people in. That would be Undaba. I'm here for the crazy stories, I know. Hey, Shauna, we can always just make some up if there aren't crazy enough, right? Hey, Insane World. Hey, everybody. How are you? Please join us. Alice, good morning. All right. So I'm going to start with the prayer this morning. And this is just basically, hey, Natasha, just a way of giving thanks to God and praising God for all that he's done with the visit with the president. Lorianne, good to see you. Watching, listening, and working. Good to be here, Asher said. Glad that you are here, Asher. Kim, good to see you. So I'm going to start with Psalm 145. Hey, Carrie, good to see you. Hey, Bob, good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Please, if you would over there on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. That'd be great. Max, good to see you. The Munden Twitter won't share. Oh, that's great. Hey, prayer, wonderful. Yes. Gonna always try to remember to start out with a prayer. I know there's some people that are sharing on Twitter, so I don't know why you can't share. Hey, Tillman, good to see you. Glad that you're here. All right. So we're going to start with Psalm 145. If you would like to follow along with it, then you can. It's a song of God's majesty and love. We do need lots of prayers each and every day, Lorianne, for sure. What? I just signed on. We're going to start with a prayer. Hey, late and busy, listening only. That's okay, Tillman. Glad you're here. Hey, Jackie, good to see you. Glad that you're here. All right. Can't get it to play. Linda, if you want, why don't you come over to YouTube or Periscope? And you might want to refresh the page over there on Facebook Live. Typically, there's no problems on Facebook Live, but you never know. Okay, so Psalm 145, a song of God's majesty and love. I will extol you, my God, O King, and I will bless your name forever and ever. Every day I will bless you, and I will praise your name forever and ever. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, I know, the sky is falling. One generation shall praise your works to another, and shall declare your mighty acts. I will meditate on the glorious splendor of your majesty, and on your wondrous works. Men shall speak of the might of your awesome acts, and I declare your greatness. They shall utter the memory of your great goodness, and shall sing of your righteousness. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and great in mercy. The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are all over or are over all his works. All your works shall praise you, O Lord, and your saints shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom and talk of your power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures throughout all generations. The Lord upholds all who fall and raises up all who are bowed down. The eyes of all look expectantly to you, and you give them their food in due season. You open your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all his ways, gracious in all his works. The Lord is near to all who call upon him, to all who call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of those who fear him. He also will hear their cry and save them. The Lord preserves all who love him, but all the wicked he will destroy. My mouth shall speak the praise of the Lord, and all flesh shall bless his holy name forever and ever. Amen. Amen. Whew, I like that one. That was really good. Very good psalm to start the day. All right. So, a lot in the news. Did anybody watch Hannity last night? Thank you, Jamie. Praise God and blessings to all, Jackie said. So, was it a little disappointing for you with Hannity? Yes, bring our president home safely, who is in Brussels right now. Hannity seemed to almost confirm they are trying to push him out. A little disappointed. Carrie said very disappointed. Asher says amen on that psalm. Hannity was told to pipe down. I think Jamie said that. I'm sure he was. My thoughts are Hannity all but begged Fox to buy out his contract. Hello, Hope Cake. Good to see you. What is everyone disappointed about? Patrick wants to know why everybody was disappointed in what Hannity did. So you might want to let him know. I was disappointed because I guess it was sort of built up as, here we are. We're going to go ahead and tell you a lot about Seth Rich and about what is happening. And then all of a sudden when we get there, even tweeted out, I'm talking to 3 of my attorneys. And when we get there, it's like, okay, well, I talked to the brother of Seth Rich. He's asked me sort of to back off out of respect for the family, which, I can understand. I'm backing off, but know that I am continuing to investigate. I know it wasn't sort of truthful, Carrie, in the promotion. Asher said, I thought he was going to lay down the facts and then fight and then nothing. And yeah, and that's the problem. That is really the problem for now, at least. Yes, Huey, that's true. I think if he had sort of not built it up, it was almost like watching a Rachel Maddow introduction. Like, oh, we're going to have this late breaking news, and it'll change things forever. And then when you get there, it's not that. I don't know if that was a last minute decision that they had to make, and that's why it was done that way. I don't know. But I do know, I think he fought for it. I think also that he is being pushed out. Media Matters right now is trying to get his, I know, Shauna, it was like Rachel Maddow. But Media Matters is trying to get rid of his advertisers and trying to get Fox to oust him. So I don't know if anybody is interested. Hey, JJ, no, it's fine. He's in a tough spot. He really is. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. But Media Matters did the same thing with Glenn Beck. They weren't successful, but they tried to get all of his advertisers off. And hey, Karen, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while, Karen. Always miss you. It's sad how they go after advertisers. Yes. So if you want to do anything about it, if you're really a Sean Hannity fan and you really think that he's doing a good job and you want to support him, then I think one of the best things that you could do is call Fox News and tell them that. I have an 888 number that I had found. It's 1-888-369-4939. 4762. 1-888-369-4762. If anybody could put that up on YouTube, that would be great. If you could put that number in there for that, right? Correct, Miss Cannabis and Karen. And also, what you can do, you can Media Matters doesn't matter. That's true, Hugh. But they have a lot of pull, and they have a lot of people who follow them, and a lot of people that do what they say. So if you could, if you also want to tweet out, let's say, to the the advertisers for Fox and for Sean, letting them know that you support Sean Hannity. I know Fox News isn't Fox News anymore. I think, what's going to happen is you're going to see, I really do think that conservatives are going to start. Yeah, we do need a conservative pack to go after Media Matters. We do. But I think the conservatives are starting to learn that, you better start doing something because you don't even have a station anymore. You'd probably, Shauna, you could look and see who that is. I don't know. Somebody else says, yes, it is David Brock. That's the head of Media Matters. I think Jeff and David Seaman are amazing. Yeah. So, again, all of these people sort of are in bed with each other. I know. Well, Huey, a new channel is being formed, but it's a new liberal channel, right? You'd think that you would be getting something different, and it's not. It's just going over to the left. Hannity will either start his own channel on the internet or go over to CRTV with Mark Levin. Yeah, I think that going over to Mark Levin, I don't know if that's good. I think it would be better for Hannity to start his own, but who knows? The FCC is a joke, too, Robert said. Hey, Mark, good to see you over on Facebook Live. It's going awry, for sure, Kimmy. One America is good. Yeah, One America has done some good things, for sure. Good day, John. How are you? John Populous. So some things in the news. If if you want to do that with Hannity, I think that's a really good idea. Show the support, and tell him that you're behind him 100%. Tell the advertisers you're behind Sean Hannity, that you don't want him to go off of Fox, and then hopefully Sean Hannity, will let us know what he's going to be doing. At least they didn't pull the plug on him last night like they did Dennis Michael Lynch. I'm good, John. Thank you. But so that's a good thing. But of course, then again, Sean Hannity really didn't say anything. Hugh says FCC equals Federal Communications crooks. Good morning, Marlene. Good to see you. Now, let's see. A couple breaking news stories. Hey, Carmen. Good to see you. An armed man was arrested this morning outside of the Queen's residence. He had some knives, and they arrested him. So, I know that the UK right now is on high alert. Hey, Andrea, good to see you. And they're bringing in other people to help. Have no idea, John, who he was. They haven't really said. But, that's pretty amazing that we're seeing that happen and people are being emboldened, which isn't surprising when you are tolerant. They have found other people, other children that were killed in that explosion, which is, just the saddest thing to hear the stories of parents looking for their children, not being able to find them, hoping against hope. A 15-year-old, they found her body. Yeah, it's only the third time that the UK has had this security alert, according to Patrick, the highest alert they can. It is really heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking to see this. And if the United States doesn't wake up soon, you're going to find the same sort of thing happening here. And not that it hasn't already, but you're going to be seeing more and more of that. And I know people want to pretend that it's not going to happen. I know, girl. People have been, lately the clickbait titles are just amazing. So that was kind of a sarcastic little joke, and people who come on here every day know what that really kind of goes to, what the title was about Jared Kushner. It's a joke, as you know. Aw, Carrie, at least you're back. Plugged in and you're back. So we do know that President Trump just met with Pope Francis, and Pope Francis poked fun at his weight, and Pope Francis also gave him some books on climate change. Hey, Jeff, good to see you. I know, Dee, they will only be concerned when it happens. Asher said, I can see how the Antichrist will easily sweep into power. People believe lies over the truth. The Pope is not God, that's true. And people like to, sometimes their eyes and ears are closed, right? While that angers me, the Pope would do that. I know Pope acted weird. Well, Carrie, I think that the Pope and Donald Trump have some pretty opposite views in a lot of things, climate change being one of them. They have some views that they share on abortion and protecting the unborn. But the Pope, somebody is saying, is a Marxist. At least I know that he's a socialist, and in my opinion, has socialist ideologies at least. So, it's kind of hard when you're going there, when you have the president of the United States and you're talking to somebody who has socialist viewpoints, it's kind of hard to have agreement. Pope, frankly, is a globalist, Jesuit as well, Jeff said. Yes, true, but the Pope isn't supposed to judge, was disheartening. Yeah, Carrie. I mean, people wanted to say, it was a joke. He was just kind of going, oh, what are you doing, feeding him pizza? I thought it wasn't appropriate, but, Pope Francis is a cool pope that is all for the young, blankety blank thinking. Carmen. The Pope wants to take a blind eye to problems and is just after progress. Yes. Hey, Amanda, good to see you. Yeah, it's, I know even a lot of Catholics aren't happy with this Pope. They don't like his views on refugees, his views on other socialist ideologies, but so. Hello, Dabstar. How are you? No, it wasn't. It was called pizza. Oh, okay. The media described it as pizza. So, feel bad, but not all fan of this Pope at all. He's way too liberal. He's a false prophet, Amber said. Slavian. I don't know. Oh, is that what you're saying the Pope is? Everybody say hello to Dabstar999 over there on YouTube. Dabstar, where are you from? Introduce yourself. So that was that. And then, of course, everybody on the left had to make fun. Dab is on YouTube. Everybody had to make fun of the fact that Ivanka and the First Lady were wearing head coverings, which is people who are Catholic and understand what that significance is of that. Hey, Monique. And the First Lady is from a country that's very pro-Catholic, very pro, wearing that headdress. I don't know what you call it. Head covering. England. Thank you, Dabstar. Welcome. Dabstar, don't forget to subscribe and click on the little bell so you get notifications of when I come on. I wouldn't have worn black. I know, Karen. I don't know. It looked like they were going to a funeral. So, I'm Catholic, 12 years of Catholic school. Didn't get that. Must have missed it. Yeah. Yeah. I know a lot of Episcopalians who used to wear the head covering. Pope is a socialist. I am Catholic, and I don't like this Pope. Yeah, John, a lot of people are right there with you. Hey, Monique. Monique, say hello to Dabstar. May have felt like a funeral. Maybe it was. Maybe it felt like that. I don't know. But, yeah, I thought they could have absolutely worn any color that they wanted to. There's nothing unusual about wearing color, I grew up Catholic and have always worn a black dress to church. So, see, Monique has grown up Catholic and has always worn a black dress to church. Hello, Phyllis. Good to see you. It's very traditional. Never saw that before. Jackie and saying hello to you, Dabstar. They did represent well. They always do. Hey, Dee Dee. Good to see you. I think it was given to him by Jared. They aren't allowed to wear color. We did white at one communion. Who is they aren't allowed to wear color? Protocol is to wear black and veil. Michelle O did it when meeting the Pope. Okay, so if that's protocol, that's what it is then. Catholics hate the keyboard. I don't know what that means, but Ah, thank you, Dabstar. Dabstar says, everybody over there on YouTube, you're all the best. So, how cute. Dabstar, thanks for being with us today. We hope you come back and join us again. Um, so, let's see. I hate keyboard spelled Catholic. Oh, okay. So, anyway, there have we're Ebony and Ivory. Yeah, Karen. Ah. So there have been four arrests that have been made so far in the Manchester terrorist, and it's being reported that the terrorist traveled to Libya before, like a couple of days before the terrorist attack, and he also at some point had traveled to Syria. So there you go. For 3 weeks. Yep. Glad they got him. Libya was on the travel ban, I think. Yeah. If only we could have gotten that those travel restrictions in place. There's one thing that President Trump did say when he left the Vatican today. He said he leaves the Vatican more determined than ever to pursue peace. So what that translates into, I don't know. Okay, Dabstar, thanks for dropping in. Wish you the best. Come back and see us. Yes, Jackie, enforce the travel ban. Let's get this thing moved on to the Supreme Court if we have to. This should have been in place. This has left our borders open. And as you know, if you've listened to Katy Perry lately, she says the best thing to do is to just open the borders and coexist. I'm sure that her parents are really proud of her. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know if you're Katy Perry's parents and you've raised her to be, a Christian, and now she's talking like this and doing acting the way she is. I don't know. I would feel some disappointment. Katy Perry is a joke, Amanda said. Yeah. I mean, it's really sad to see. Tell Katie to open up her front door, Debbie says, or on Facebook Live. Absolutely, Debbie. Let's have Katie bring them to her house, hand them the keys, and let's have Katie go over there and do a concert in the outfits she normally wears and see how well received that she is. She has changed so much. She's despicable. Uh, Kim said, remove her gate. Yeah, move that wall around her house. She sold her soul for fame. I'm sure she has a few extra bedrooms. She has a wall around her home. Yes, of course. All liberals do. Don't know why Don't know why these nothings get so much attention, Karen said. Monique said, I'm skeptical about this Pope for many reasons. I don't agree with a lot of his ideas and do not feel like we share the same moral teachings I learned in the Catholic Church. He's not your typical Pope. That's for sure, Monique. I've heard a lot of people say that. Yeah, but it is amazing how people who want to always talk about, let's coexist. They're the same ones that have armed bodyguards everywhere they go. They don't live in the real world like the rest of us do. They have walls around their compounds and security 24/7. Carmen said Katy Perry has lost her mind. Regret I've purchased an album of hers before. Sick about it. Well, she wasn't like that before, Carmen. You could feel sick about it if you purchased it now, but before she wasn't that way. Yes, went to all girls Roman Catholic schools for 12 years. Weird Pope, Karen said. Shut down the airports altogether if needed. Asher says she also bought a Katy Perry record and regrets going to her concert. She lost her mind, not her hair, Cully said. Yeah, I mean, sometimes if you sell your soul for fame and fortune, I don't know if that's what she did, but something happened. It's almost, and I hate to compare this, but it's almost like watching Whitney Houston when she met Bobby Brown. When she first met Bobby Brown, and everybody was so concerned. My relationship is with God, not the church. Church is run by man. Carrie said, just woke up. What did Kushner do now? Andy, nothing. It's for people who normally follow me. They know it's just a little joke. It's a little running joke. Amanda said she believes she sold her soul. I haven't kept up with her for 2 years, Asher said. Carmen said, feels like a waste of money. Wants to fit in with the crowd. Well, wants to get more popular. You're welcome, Andy. Good morning, Miss Second Amendment. Andy, everybody wants to blame Kushner for the trip to Saudi Arabia, to selling arms to Saudi Arabia, things of that nature. He's the most powerful man in the world, don't you know? Monique said it hasn't kept up with her for 2 years. I think someone has influenced her. Yeah, I mean, really, isn't it though sad? It's like when we saw Bobby Brown and meet Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was this pure woman, a Christian, and everything else. And then here comes Bobby Brown, and the next thing you know, drugs. Oh, just awful. I used to love Katy Perry, but I just can't stomach her for being such a shill for Hillary. Julie said, I know. Just another avenue for fame. Yes, Dee. And that's just it. I mean, if you're going to do that, you're not living the truth. Hey, Susan, good to see you. If you're not living the truth, you're doing it for money and for fame, then you've really lost your soul in that regard, at least. And I think, for people like Katy Perry, people who have sold out, and by selling out meaning selling their souls, it seems, to evil ways in order to be popular, be famous. I think we do really need to pray for those people. And you can just, in general, ask the conservatives of Hollywood that are blackballed. I know. Yeah, you're not allowed to be conservative in Hollywood. That's just a no-no. You're not going to get very far very fast. She's as bad as Madonna. Ugh. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know that Madonna sold out. I think Madonna was always that way. I think that's the true Madonna that you're seeing. Hello, just tuned in. Did Katy Perry make a public statement? Only the fact that you have to coexist, open your doors, blah, 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 that I know of. Blackball the movies. I don't really, there's a lot of movies now I don't go and see anymore. Debbie said, I think it all boils down to the money. If Katie should support Trump, she would not continue to be accepted and would be blackballed by Hollywood. That's true, Debbie. And she always was really a Obama supporter. Karen rarely goes to movies. Her statement made me sick. I know. Ariana's boyfriend. What about that, Lorianne? Yes, no barriers, no borders. We must coexist, said Katy Perry. said the woman in the glass house who throws stones. I mean, I've been on Hollywood strike for nearly a year. Do you see him? No, Lorianne, I don't know who you're talking about. I guess I missed something there. I don't know who her boyfriend is, or I don't know. Or what you're trying to say. So Huckabee had some things to say. I'm afraid I don't want to coexist with Islamic extremists. Yep. I see her latest music equals yuck, Becca said. Well, whatever is in your heart comes out, and if it's yuck in your heart, it's going to be yuck that comes out. I've been on a Hollywood strike for a year too, Asher says. Yeah, there are a lot of people in Hollywood I just refuse to buy their movies or go see their movies and pay money to do that. I'm not going to support them. There are a lot of places that I don't go and buy coffee at. I don't support them. And people say, well, but there's a lot of places. I try to support as many as I can that are Christian and have those beliefs that go along with my principles, and those that don't, I boycott them. It's going to be in some ways, and maybe other people don't feel this way. It's going to be hard standing in front of God and saying, yeah, well, I went to Starbucks, God. I'm really sorry, but I needed to go there, So, love going to the movies, but never anything good to see. Same here. Dunkin' Donuts for me. Yep, Karen, me too. Debbie said, I do not support them either. Good morning, Mike. Good to see you. Starbucks is gross anyway. Yeah, well, Starbucks, when they started not supporting the veterans and started hiring Islamists in their places and doing a recruitment on that. That was another thing that kept me not going back. I haven't been going to Starbucks for a long time, but that was certainly just sort of put the nail in it there for me. Hey, Nancy, good to see you. I like to support small business and Christian organizations. Coffee bean and tea leaf for me. Absolutely, Mike. Hello. Starbucks. I have been on, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can find other places, and you can also, make your own coffee. We have a Krups machine. We make our own coffee, and buy a French press and make your own coffee. Monique said, "My relationship with God is so much more powerful than my relationship with the church. Catholicism was a vehicle that strengthened my friendship with Christ. When I die, I won't be taking the church with me." Very true, Monique. Local theater, mall bans guns. Now I won't spend money there, Utah says. Good point. Be well, off to pick up a granddaughter. Aw, have fun today, Ray. Thanks for coming in. Yes, make your own. Carrie said so true, Monique. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, I think you just have to make a decision what you want to do, what's more important to you. No, it's not broken. I took this off, Antonio, so that people could have one day without going, "Oh my gosh, your microphone is so big." It's just Hugh says, "Yeah, I know, Hugh. That was funny." Um, I love Dunkin' Donuts, but enjoy making my own at home. Monique said, "Yeah." I know, Sean. It could ruin it for you. Why is your? I know, Patrick. Oh my gosh, I've never seen more people with you know what kind of complex. Oh, you know what, Karen? I said Krups. I meant Keurig. Thank you for letting me know that. It is Keurig. That's what we have as well. I just call them Krups because it's just like a general term, but you're right. It's specifically Keurig. Listening to my tummy growl. Don't have any Starbucks coffee. Okay, so why is your mic so tiny? I know, Amber. I need a bigger mic, huh? Maybe I should put this on there and it'll make it huge. Love to cut holes, can bacon, biscuits, and fry them up. Wow. Like donuts. I know. No, I swear. People and the microphone thing. It's like, wow. That'll be the next thing on Periscope. why why is the mic so big? Wow. Don't be afraid. It's just a microphone. So anyway, Huckabee said in certain points that he was a little bit disappointed in one thing that Donald Trump had done. Not sure why he needed to bring it up now, but he did. Uh, Asher said, "I like the foam off the mic. I can see your face when you talk." Okay. Makes sense, I guess. Somebody griped about your globe. Gotta go. Okay, Utah, have a great day. Thanks for coming by. Come back and see us soon. Yeah, no matter what I do with the microphone, it's got to be, it's a contentious situation and a subject. It's also louder. Okay. Embassy can be moved, doesn't have to be right now. I know, Karen. Huckabee was upset because he didn't mention the fact moving the, you too, Susan, got to use the phone or is stay. Oh, or you'd say, okay, not a problem, Utah. But yeah, Huckabee wanted him while he was in Israel to say that the United States is moving the embassy to Jerusalem. I think, we've talked about this before. That wouldn't be a good step at this point because you're trying to bring people together and to have something that really is sort of a contentious, conversation is not so good. Good, Max. Thank you. That would end all discussions between Palestinian and Palestine and Israel. It's a bad idea to do that. Yay. Hey, how are you? Hey, Teresa, good to see you. I've been more interested in investors that specifically find conservative businesses to invest in. There are none, Mike said. The Palestinians do not want peace. Yeah, Mike, it's in Revelation, there's never going to be long-lasting peace. There will be a peace agreement that's entered into at some point, but then they'll later find out that they were deceived. So, and kind of what we're seeing, I mean, a lot of people are looking at this, is that this is very prophetic, end times type stuff that Donald Trump is doing, and maybe one of the people that helps, bring this forward. So, again, there's no reason to fear this. There's no reason to be like, oh my God, the sky is falling. It's going to happen. Palestinians want to take down Israel no matter how you slice it. Moving it will cause massive war. I don't trust them either, but Bible being played out in our time. That's right, Karen. It sure is. Monique says Katy Perry lives in a gated home with top security and says we should all just coexist, no borders, no barriers. Well, that's crazy. No, that's a liberal. I was just about to say that there won't be peace between Palestine and Israel. There will be temporary peace, Carmen. Maybe not now. I don't know when that's going to come about, but that's what the Bible says. It eventually will, but it'll be temporary. It's really kind of scary, even though I know not to fear the Bible kind of playing out before our eyes. Mike, yes, there are, you have to search, sorry, off topic, pretend peace. Alex Jones is a fake person. I don't know. Last 7 years, yep. Hey, Mark, just checking in. Good to see you. Typical liberal, temporary peace. Who gets deceived? Israel does, Carmen. Israel gets deceived. Don't be scared. I'm in awe of our God. Absolutely, Karen. There's no reason to be scared. The best thing to know is if we are really in the end times and this is coming about, we're getting closer and closer to God's return. What could be scary about that? Yes, now we know why people ignore the Bible. Trump is in the hellhole, Amber said, in Brussels. Palestinians don't want peace, so if they make a deal, it will be in the Palestinians' favor. We need to pray. Yes, we do. Asher says that she loves, she likes Alex Jones. I just laughed out loud beyond Facebook. What happened, Nancy? What happened? Trump called it a hellhole, not me. Wow, that's interesting. I've never been to Brussels, so I wouldn't know. I just want to keep riding my horses for another 15 to 20 years. Hey, but Shauna, what if you could ride your horses for eternity? It was divine intervention text. Okay. Nancy said, Alex Jones is funny sometimes, but he rarely covers news accurately. Marlene says, bingo. Good point. Shauna said, yep. If you read Revelation, there are horses that come from heaven, right, Shauna? They talk about it. So there you go. Big white horses will be riding behind him, Karen said. Yep. I'm in awe that President Trump became such a strong Christian after the long life he's led. My dad was just like Trump. Daddy is a Christian now. I can't stand Alex Jones' voice, Amber said. I know, Amber. Palestinians will make a demand they cannot have, and then the killing will continue. It is how they roll, Mike said over on Facebook Live. Fear moves you away from God. Put your fear in his hands. Absolutely, Carrie. My dad told me no animals in heaven. What about the lion and the lamb? And there are horses. What about Revelation? Read Revelation. InfoWars shouldn't have gotten press passes, in my opinion. I know, Patrick, but you know what they did. I mean, look at their supporter base. Look how the viewers. Look how many that they have. You can't deny that. I mean, whether you like them or not. When Carmen said when her grandfather died, he sat up in the bed and said, "Look at the pretty white horses coming," then died. Yep. Carmen, great to hear that about your dad. Good for him. Monique said, Asher, I love watching Alex. He's entertaining. I can't stand Alex Jones' voice. I mean, it's just me, and maybe he can't stand mine. And I also don't like the way that Alex always takes off his shirt. I know he loves his body, but please keep on your shirt. Amber said he needs to cough. I don't know if that would help, but yeah, please cover that up. Yeah, he does, Nancy. He really thinks that, he's lost weight, and I guess he thinks he looks really great. And I'm sure he does to a number of people. I just don't find that attractive. So he's an alpha male. You think so, Asher? Uh, I've never seen that. Oh, well, keep watching, Becca. There's even a commercial that he does on his network with his shirt off. His normal voice is okay. His persona voice is for the 60 million people that like sensationalism. Wow, he has a normal voice other than that, Shauna, because I've never heard it. Wow, I would like to hear his normal voice. I would, Hey, April, good to see you. Wow. Shauna, if you have an audio of that, send that to me, will you? Gotta run. Thank you, Debbie. Thanks for coming by. If you would share this, I really appreciate it on Facebook Live. That would be great. He has he has an abnormal voice, Nancy said. Jerry, that's his normal voice. It's very rough, talking about his kids. Shauna said, I don't watch Alex. He was too annoying to listen to. I know, Karen. Shauna said he has a different voice than that. When he talks a lot, he gets hoarse. Then he must talk all the time, Asher. I mean, and maybe he's a really nice person. I don't know. I've never met him personally. Maybe he's a really nice guy. So I don't know. I just can't. The voice just gets me. Woo. He acts like he drank too much Starbucks coffee, Cully said. Amber said, I'm a nurse. I've seen a man that was dying scream. His feet were burning. His eyes were oh, wow. Yeah, like Paul Watson's voice. He was almost doing voice-over work. Wow. And they brought on Cernovich just to make it worse. Patrick said. Yeah, dear Alex, keep the shirt on and use your normal voice, Nancy said. Good morning. Toby, good to see you. He has a lot of voices, actually. Wow. Different platforms for different people. That's exactly right. Absolutely true. And, he interrupts guests. You guys have me laughing now. I'm going to start coughing. Yeah, I mean, again, maybe he's a really nice guy. Monique said, I was just praying that last night. I had that revelation that there would be temporary peace. Well, Monique said. Now, Monique, he's a good guy, but needs to lay off the super male vitality bottle, Asher said. Oh, change your voice, Susan. Oh, my gosh. uh, yeah, Alex is, well, you know what? I will give him this. It is a distinct voice that when you hear it, you know exactly who it is. So, there's the positive spin on it. Okay, so let's see. Gravel voice. Okay, that's a good explanation. It's a good description. Wolfman Jack. No, Wolfman Jack. I could listen to Wolfman Jack. I loved him. Did you discuss Sean Hannity being shushed by Media Matters? Yes. Yes, we did, Dee Dee. Hey, Kay, his voice gives me anxiety, somebody said. When watching last night, he actually apologized for being too alpha. Wow. Come on, doesn't need to do that. Hey, Katie, good to see you. You don't need to apologize. Just keep your shirt on. That's all. Somebody somewhere really likes that, but like I said, I just not my thing. It's like watching, looking at Geraldo Rivera in the mirror when he takes a selfie. I'm sure there's somebody who really likes that. I'm not one of them. Okay, so if you will, Amber, everybody, if you'll go to SusanKnowles.com sometime today or look on my timeline, I did another article on Mueller. I'm not sure why I seem to be like the only person who is really, really concerned with this guy. I wrote an article before and talked to you about how the relationship with Comey goes back to 2004. And how they worked together under Obama, how they were kind of mentored by Eric Holder. And Mueller can prosecute if there isn't anything. Yeah. Okay, brain is back. Just ate a bowl of macaroni with butter and ketchup. Oh, my gosh. And a pinch of salt. Too early for that for me. It's only not even 9 o'clock. Uh, so with Mueller, here's what gets me. Comey was asked to come before the House and to testify. And he said, okay, I'll come and do that publicly. And so the next thing you know, he's saying, oh, wait, I'm going to have to postpone coming because I want to go and speak with Robert Mueller first. All right. Does that not concern anybody? Does it not concern you that they've been referred to as brothers in arms, right? That he is deciding, before I go and talk to the House or anybody else, I'm going to go talk to Robert Mueller. What's Robert Mueller going to tell him? Is he going to give his friend some advice? Is he going to say, maybe you shouldn't go? Is he going to say, if I were you, blah, blah, blah? Yeah, somebody said keep their lies straight, JJ said. You can't use the fifth in a closed session. And I'm saying, who else is going to be in the room? Is there going to be anybody there? And ABC called it, he wants to consult with Robert Mueller. Those were ABC's words in a tweet. And it's also a tweet, and it's in my article. And he told Chaffetz he wants to speak with Mueller. So my question is, is anybody going to be in the room? Are you going to be watching and making sure that he's not doing anything inappropriate, that he's not telling his friend, hey, Skip, good to see you. He's not telling his friend, hey, don't go to the House, don't go talk to them, don't say anything, but if you have to, if you do, say this. Now, Comey is an attorney, Mueller is an attorney, and as I said, both of them were former FBI directors. One took the place of the other. Mueller was in place, and then Comey took his place. No, the meeting with the House is put off, Carmen, but the meeting with Mueller is going to take place, as far as I know. And so I don't know why the public isn't saying anything about this. Why aren't they saying there's something not quite right about this? And how many other people are going to be there? It sounds like it's a private meeting between Mueller and Comey. I don't like it. It shouldn't take place. What is the difference between this, honestly, between this and Bill Clinton meeting on the tarmac with Attorney General Lynch? What's the difference? Now, I know it's slightly different, but I don't, Comey can be under investigation. Just go meet on the tarmac, exactly. Just rent a plane somewhere and go out there and talk. Comey could be very much implicated in anything that's happening. And so you're going to sit there and have a private meeting with him. Comey's supposedly going to consult with him. And then you're going to go in and go speak to the House about what? Your plan, your brainstorming plan here? And I know they're saying, well, Mueller, he's above reproach. I'm sorry. I don't buy that. Nobody is above reproach. Is he a good guy? I have no reason maybe to doubt. But I do know that he was involved with, from what I understand, getting rid of everything in the manuals about the FBI manuals about Muslims, so that people, that wouldn't offend the Muslims. So I don't necessarily feel comfortable with him. I also don't feel comfortable. Let's see if it were reversed. If he and Trump were lifelong friends, would we all be sitting here and the left be saying, oh, he's above reproach? Don't worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. No, in a heartbeat, that would be a different story. So why is no one saying anything? So if you will go and read that article, that would be great. And also, I quote in there Greg Jarrett from Fox News, who had some really great points talking about that Mueller is tasked with finding a crime, but the crime there's no crime that exists. It's a legal impossibility because they're looking for collusion. And collusion is not a crime unless you're talking about an antitrust case. So why are we doing all of this? This is a dog and pony show for the left, is what it is. Please go read that article. Please retweet it if you will, and please put the hashtag expose the left on it when you tweet it out. We need to get this out to everyone. No, it was put on Twitter. It's on my timeline, but if you go to SusanKnowles.com, you'll find it as well. Hashtag expose the left. It is exactly smoke and mirrors. Is all it is. It's a distraction. I know, Monique, it is very scary and disturbing. No crime for the president, others for sure. And again, if there's a crime here, if there was an obstruction of justice, if by some stretch of the imagination they could show that President Trump attempted to obstruct justice, then Comey, under the law, was obligated to go and report that immediately to the DOJ. So if he didn't do that, he could have criminal prosecution. Send me that, if you would, in a DM, whoever just said that to me, so I can go check it out. So, again, Comey could be implicated. Comey could also lose his law license. Thanks, Susan. Could also lose his law license if it were proven that he didn't do what he was supposed to do, and on and on and on. Now, that's unlikely. How could we have someone assigned to attend the meeting? I dare say there's going to be anybody there except somebody that knows Mueller taking notes. So now it's okay for all of them to collude before testimony. That's crazy. They're all friends and all have a history together. How can this be okay? This is not how disturbing, Monique said. Exactly. Thank you, Carmen. Carmen has been hashtagging, retweeting out, hashtag expose the left. Thank you for doing that. I mean, we need to keep this up. Everybody seems so comfortable with this. And I've had people, conservatives, even say to me, Bob, but he's above reproach. He's a great guy. Comey Jerry, what it is that if Comey suspected that President Trump was trying to obstruct justice, he had an obligation to report that to the DOJ. By the fact, if it's true that happened and he didn't report it, then that is a criminal prosecution could come against Comey for not doing what he was supposed to do. And in turn, he could also potentially lose his law license. So, again, what if he withheld information on Hillary? Oh, I don't know. Again, the same thing applies. Comey if there ever was an investigation on Hillary, we got the same thing here. No, Jeff Sessions can't be involved in this because it's about Russia. He recused himself. Somebody else possibly could go, but they're not going to do that. Mueller's not going to, he's supposedly independent counsel. He's not going to allow somebody else from either side to come in the room. Well, no, Patrick, I think Jeff Sessions had to do that because there's ethics involved. If you're an attorney, there's ethics involved. You're not supposed to have a conflict of interest when you're acting as an attorney. So he really had no choice. I mean, maybe legally he could have done, he could have gone on and done it, but ethically, under the bar of his state, he can't do it. I want to see Comey's memos of the Clinton-Lynch meeting? Yeah. But there aren't any. Remember Lynch and Clinton meeting on the plane? They sent everybody off the plane. They sent the FBI away. Everybody was off the plane. So that's, they're just talking about their grandkids, so everybody's got to leave. We need everything hidden in the dark to be exposed. Hashtag expose the left. It wasn't a conflict of interest because he was in the campaign, Patrick. There was a look of impropriety and a possible conflict of interest. Carmen said, I pray they sock it to Hillary and get it to the root of it all, and Chelsea Soros and get it too, lock him up. Dims wanted Sessions to recuse himself or resign, so he recused himself. Yeah, I mean, basically he said he wasn't going to be involved with anything that had to do regarding the election or, anything with the Russians. Mueller and Manafort connection. The law firm, Amber, was, I guess, the law firm that Mueller is in represented Manafort, or maybe is representing Manafort. I mean, that it's such a joke to call Mueller independent. Call him whatever you want, but please don't call him an independent special prosecutor. He's not independent in any way, shape, or form. And again, I don't know why conservatives are sitting so quietly by and letting this happen without saying a word. Strange Mueller himself is a conflict of interest. Why is that? Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Mueller's going to turn up anything. The bad thing is what about Sessions, Nancy? He can't be involved in this. He recused himself. Put Soros on the first plane to Moscow and let Putin have at him. Yeah, I know. Conservatives always kind of sit silently by. He's asleep at the wheel. No, Nancy, he can't be involved in it. Established Republicans are in office. That's true, Jerry. That's a very good reason. Close ties with Comey. Yeah, I mean, Comey and Mueller have known each other since 2004. They've been described as brothers in arms. Are you going to tell me that Mueller would go against Comey really easily? No, I think he's involved with some things, Nancy, just not that. He's more involved right now with the immigration sanctuary city stuff. But I mean, he recused himself. He can't now say, "Okay, I'm back." He really can't do that. And he spoke with legal counsel, which he should have done, in his own legal counsel, telling him you need to recuse yourself. And again, like I said, with the Bar Association, ethically, if it's against the ethics, then you're going to be in trouble. The bar could bring you up and on quote unquote charges, and you could lose your law license or have it suspended. And what are you going to do as an attorney general with that? It's not good. So he was put in a very bad position. This whole thing with Russia is made up. There's not one shred of evidence. Even Brennan talking yesterday, zero evidence. Now we do have former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page, who is dying to testify. He wants to testify. He wants to offer his side into the Russian probe and what he says happened. He's also upset for Obama putting him under surveillance, and he maintains his innocence. All of us should be upset about the fact that all of us were probably surveilled under what Obama was doing. If you listen to what people are saying and how he opened it up to 16 different organizations where common people were surveilled, and yet nobody has done a thing about it. And we're probably not going to do anything about it. We may not even do anything about Clinton. It's so difficult to do anything with the prior administration because you have people who could say, I'm not going to tell you this because of executive privilege. So it's really difficult. Thank you, Huey. Huey, do you have an appointment? So, I mean, there's so many things that we sit silently by and watch happen. And when we do that, makes you wonder if Seth Rich was too. Carrie, I don't know what we'll ever find out about Seth Rich. Hopefully Hannity will stay on it like he says he will, and he will keep looking into everything. Obama, Hillary, and Comey broken a lot of laws. Possibilities, Robert, and who knows if we'll ever know if they did or not. That's the sad part of it, that a lot of times we don't get the information. Maybe that's why they are shutting it down. You never know. All Hillary has broken loose. All hell is broken loose when paying attention to politics. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and as Donald Trump gets ready to come back to the United States, I notice now the media is starting again. We're starting to hear the Russia talk again. We're starting to hear Melania doesn't want to hold his hand. All the same jargon that we hear all the time. So anyway, you guys, Huey would let me know the time is up. Huey, Huey, you didn't tell me that we were coming near that 9:00 hour. But I want to thank everybody for coming. If you would please retweet this, please put on it, if you will, when you're retweeting, if you can remember, hashtag expose the left on everything that you do. Thank you, Becca. Thanks for coming by. Everything that you tweet out, please put hashtag expose the left. That will really start getting the news around to people on Twitter, social media, that more people will see it. Thank you, Nancy. You have a great day, too. Thank you so much. And we'll see you back again tomorrow. See you later, Hugh. And it's very possible, Nina, just go ahead and hit the replay. It's possible that I might be on later tonight. So hopefully that everybody that is following me is also getting notifications. Everybody on YouTube, if you will, please subscribe and hit the little bell and give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We'll be talking to you soon. Thank you on Facebook Live. Take care. All right, everybody on YouTube, thanks so much. Yeah, Hugh, you go watch that on InfoWars. We'll see you guys later. Take care.